Salvete omnes, this is Emilia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome to a brand new project. Yeah, you didn't think doing two simultaneous LPs that I would end the second one less than halfway through the first if I didn't have something else planned, right? Well, indeed. We are playing, as you probably guessed, Crash Bandicoot Warped, also known as Crash Bandicoot 3. For whatever reason, even though the Japanese versions of the games kept the numbering in the titles, the only one that still had the number in English was Crash 2. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did it. And indeed, Crash Bandicoot Warped is Crash Bandicoot 3. So let's go ahead and start a new game. I very nearly did Wrath of Cortex instead, because I think I actually like that one better, even though Crash 3 seems to be the fan favorite. Anyway, the game begins right where we left off at the end of Crash 2, when we blew up the Cortex Vortex, and... oh, that's not a good place for those pieces to land. Yeah.
Free at last.
Well, that's ominous.
Uka is free. No, it cannot be.
Even Aku Aku's freaked out. That's not a good sign.
Has come.
And Great Evil is also not a good sign.
None have dared to fail to break Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice.
Great Uka, it was that infernal Bandicoot.
From deep inside my temple prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet.
I know.
I mean, you could try nuclear fusion, or geothermal,
and failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way for us to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time the great Uka will make sure that you do it right.
After many eons, my evil twin, Uka, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be stopped.
So yeah, Aku apparently has an evil twin brother who's actually higher in rank than Cortex,
and
or
Cortex
something.
plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do so. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
Also, he has the most uncreative name ever, Uka, which is simply Aku spelled backward. Well, if I'm ever in a situation where somebody might end up with an evil twin, remind me to name them something like Ikafsuna or Reference-Traff, so that if they do end up with an evil twin, at least the evil twin in question will have a silly-sounding name. And we don't have a memory card, so we can't save. That shouldn't be a problem since I can use save states, but still. So anyway, we have our all-new warp room. And this time we can actually see all 5 sections of it right away. We just can't get to the others because they're protected by barriers. I wonder if there's a way you could actually glitch over those. I feel like somebody should have been able to do that at some point. I miss Crash Bandicoot. Freaking hate the modern game industry. Seriously, they can all just burn in a 1,000-liter vat of chlorine trifluoride as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I guess Falcom and Retro Studios are cool, and there are probably some decent indie developers too. Yacht Club Games and Disaster Cade come to mind, but for the most part, I don't know, just seems like just about everybody else can go stick their head in a blech. Anyway, as usual, we have 5 levels per section. After we do all 5 of them, in whatever order we choose, we fight a boss. and the boss, and beating the boss progresses us, or allows us to progress to the next section. So, naturally, I'm just going to be doing them in numerical order, because there's no reason not to. And we'll be starting off with Toad Village. Level 1.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh, look, I have a mask helping me, too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
Okay, but can your mask protect you from damage, and if you get 3 of them, you become invincible? No? I didn't think so. Mine's better. So, if you didn't catch it, this time, we're basically time traveling between various areas and locales to get more power crystals. So, we'll have things like this level, which is apparently set during medieval times. Also, you might notice that the boxes with the lines on them that you can jump on multiple times now only take 5 jumps to get all the Wumpa fruit out of instead of 10. Which is a nice change. I believe they actually backported that to the first 2 games for the Insane Trilogy. And on that note, I suppose I should mention that, oh, first, we have this box. That's new to Crash 3. It's... the box switches back and forth between 3 different things. And it keeps going faster and faster, and if you let it go for too long, it just turns into a metal crate. So you don't want that to happen, especially because then you'll miss out on getting the box gem for the level. On that note, you can press triangle to get the status bar up, and now we can actually see how many total boxes are in the level. 42 in this case, which I believe is also something unique to Crash 3 that they also backported to the first 2 in the Insane Trilogy. We also have our first bonus room here. And it's side-scrolling. Now that I think about it, I actually can't think of any straight-out side-scrolling levels in Crash 3, unlike the first 2. But we have a bonus room that's that way anyway. I was gonna say, though, I know that the Insane Trilogy only just recently came out, but that's not why I'm playing this game. I'm playing it because I just wanted to play a Crash Bandicoot game. Like I said, I almost did Wrath of Cortex, and I could have done that because I actually can emulate PS2 games now. My computer is about 5 years old, and I'm considering getting a new one, but it's still actually pretty decent, and it's at least powerful enough to emulate PlayStation 2 things, so I could have done that. We have these goats, we have the frogs, various enemy types, with silly death animations associated with them. If you die to a frog, it actually kisses you and turns into a prince. It's kind of silly. Well, there's some seriously low polygon frogs, though. Whoa! Almost did that wrong. I think Crash 3... Oh, and we have these sword guys. Obviously, you don't want to get hit by the sword. If you like your body in one piece. Here's our crystal for the level. Power crystal. I think Crash 3 is actually the least changed from the original PS1 version, which is obviously the one I'm playing, to the remake. As far as I know, about the only things they changed were that the graphics looked better and whatnot, and honestly, this game already looks pretty decent. So we get ourselves a gem for getting all the boxes. And back out into the warp room. So, we got the power crystal, we got the gem, and that third item up there is a relic. Those you get from finishing the level in time trial mode under a certain time, and that's another new feature of Crash 3, and we're not going to be doing the time trial just yet. If you re-enter a level after you've beaten it, you can see a time trial time, and you can play it in time trial mode. There are actually 3 relics you can get for each one. Sapphire is the easiest, Gold is second, and Platinum is the hardest. And I think the Platinum ones are actually hidden, at least the times are, until... I think it's either if you beat the game or if you get 1 Platinum on a level just by chance. I don't remember for sure which, or know for sure, I guess. But anyway, moving on to level 2, Under Pressure. Doom 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 doom. And And it's an underwater level, another new thing with Crash 3, and underwater levels in general tend to be hard to do right, and generally aren't among the most fun in a game. And Crash 3s are no exception. I've never been a fan of the underwater levels in this game, but they're doable. I've certainly played much worse. Don't freeze. Obviously, be careful of stuff like sharks and mines. I don't know why the mines follow you, but they do. And these pufferfish you can only hit when they're not puffed up. First checkpoint already, huh? Then we have these rotating electric things. Don't touch the electric part, for obvious reasons. You have these eels. You actually can spin these to take them out. But it can be easy to time badly, so if there's any doubt, just avoid them. I guess one thing about the underwater levels is that you can do the time trials immediately. Part of the reason I'm not doing them immediately for for any of the levels, I guess, is because there's a thing you get after beating the final boss that makes them easier. Spoilers. We'll get to that when we get to it, but I'm not giving away any details just yet. Vertical shaft here with some current. Not that the current's actually all that harmful. I don't think they usually put any enemies in these, and not really anything to run into. And we have this. It's what do we call these things anyway? I remember seeing one in this game we had called Critical Depth, too. Some sort of handheld submarine type of thing? Electric skater? I don't know. It's a vehicle of some kind. If you tap creatures with enough power, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. And it allows us to destroy this red seaweed, which we need to do to get some of the boxes. Nice, because it actually gives us a ranged attack. But it tends to move forward continuously, which often ends up being a bad thing, especially since if you get hit, you lose the vehicle, or if you go into a narrow pipe like that. And you need to keep it because some of the boxes require it, like I said, the ones behind the red seaweed. And if you lose it before you've destroyed all the red seaweed, well, you're out of luck for getting the box gem. Couple of those. Hey, I didn't know you could get the eels while they were still hidden in the holes. Careful maneuvering around this. Okay, we have another one of these. I can't decide if swimming is easier with or without this. You'd think it would be safer, but like I said, the fact that you need to not get hit while you have it until you're sure you've gotten everything. The fact that you can't just stay still. Why does it do that? That honestly seems like more of a bug than a feature to me. I'm assuming it's intentional. Could have gotten that Aku-Aku, but it wouldn't have actually helped right now, because I already have two, and I don't think the invincibility actually does much when you have this thing. I'm assuming without the vehicle, it's still down in the water. But we did indeed get the box gem, and that's level 2 finished. So yeah, basically an intro to the underwater stages. And there we have it. See, I could actually do the time trial for that one immediately because it's underwater. But, like I said, I see no reason not to do them all at once. We've done 2 levels, so that's probably good for now. We went through the intro cutscene and everything. Can't save the game, but whatever. Yeah, like I said, I almost did Wrath of Cortex. And Crash 3 seems... well, like I said... remember my lines next time. I was going to say that Crash 3 seems to be the fan favorite, but I still think Crash 2 is better. Crash 3 did make some nice improvements under the hood, maybe, and some interesting new additions. But it also did some interesting experiments with its level design, most of which I was not particularly fond of. So for that reason, yeah, I guess Wrath of Cortex was kind of that way too, but for some reason the gimmicky levels of Crash 4 didn't bother me as much as the ones in Crash 3. Anyway, I think I've rambled on about long enough. We will continue next time. Just pretend I saved the game here. And I'll see you in the next level.